welcome to this evening's stream where I am going to be testing out and unboxing the Fanatic Mega Paint Set store copy. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take the lid off this big box of paints. And
you haven't looked in there, have you? You just took the cellophane off so it didn't reflect.
I took the cellophane off, but I haven't looked in. Slap chop! Slap chop! Slap chop! There we go. Right, shall we take the lid off? Shall we take the lid off? It's quite a heavy box. It says it's got a free paint station included, so I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's MDF, but we'll see.
Every day I consider it a blessing that she disables the chicken damn thing. Yeah, I think Mr MLG does as well because he didn't like it.
So here we have a painting guide. I think this is an updated version of the painting guide that we used to have. Okay, coverage featuring an insanely pigment-dense formulation. War Paints Fanatic deliver unsurpassed coverage. Well, I've just read that somewhere else, haven't I?
I don't know.
Yes, that's
not even a word.
They've re-copied and pasted this bit from over here. Whether you're working in dark, vibrant or pale colours, each paint is individually tuned to maximise coverage and a consistent brush feel. This pigment-rich paint can be thinned to extreme levels of transparency for advanced techniques, or applied right over a miniature for effortless coverage. Simply enjoy your painting. Cool. Right, 216 paints in the whole range. There's 50 in this box. So there is a 3 sheets of MDF paint rack, and here we are into the paints. So we'll start off with black and white because they're important. Right. So do we need to pierce the tip? We do not need to pierce the tip. Let's squidge out a little bit of white. Oh, it feels goes out onto the palette. It's quite thick. It says it's got 2 mixing bowls inside. Right then, so let's see how good the coverage straight over black is on this Space Marine shoulder pad. Because this is the same test we did on...
There we go.
Oh, that's how it makes sense. There we go.
This is...
Oh, thank you, John.
This
John
is...
has gifted a tier 1 sub to Pete. Oh, that's really nice. Let me try and get that in focus for you. There we go. Is it smooth? How does it feel?
Well, it feels quite smooth, but coverage over the black, I would say, it's definitely going to take a couple of coats. Now, I'm likening this to the 2 thin coats range. I've
got white star here, so do you want to do the other shoulder pad?
Yeah, we'll do the other shoulder pad with that, and we'll see what that's like.
I'm using a very small brush. Why don't you use a bigger brush?
This is a number 1 or 0. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that.
You may use a bigger brush.
Well, it's just that it'll be smoother, won't it?
Right.
So, how is it using it?
First smidge. All right. So
is that white star or is that?
That's white star that I've just applied. So let's go back and put well, first of all, we'll have a little look, shall we? We'll give it a chance to dry a second, and then we'll have a little look. Right. So and then we're going to try matte black and see if it's actually matte or is it satin. Because then we can paint over the white with this. So if we get this brush, let's paint his legs in. With some matte black. We don't have to be too neat for that. I think he's been used as a dry brush experiment, this chappie. So I'll just paint his legs in with the matte black and see how that goes. Because black and white are two of the most important colours to get right.
And how's that feeling?
Fine. Yeah, good. You know.
No, we don't know.
Well, just feels like nice smooth paint. I would say it's very similar to using the Max Formula Green Stuff World paints. Very, very nice. Silky. It's like it's had washing up liquid added to it.
White.
There's a little bit of transparency, I think, though, because even though the black that was previously on this mini has had some light blue dry brushed over the top of it, it has taken 2 applications on that right leg to cover completely.
Is that a good thing though? Because the paint's nice and fluid and thin for you to get a nice smooth coverage rather than being. Because Army Painter was always just clogging a bottle, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think yeah, it's definitely an improvement. Definitely improvement over.
Because you haven't thinned that down at all, have you?
No, we're just straight one thick coat out of the bottle.
But is it a thick as well?
It's not thick. It's not claggy. It's gone into the detail well. It's a nice smooth finish with a, what is this? This is a base S from the synthetic GW range.
Oh, you've given up with my brush.
Yeah, because it's got too nice a point on it. I went for a flat one.
In the interest of fairness, I feel I must mention that coverage isn't the be-all and end-all of everything. A bit of transparency is good if you're doing transitions. Yes, that's what I was trying to see what he thought, because you wouldn't be able to just use an old Army Painter straight out of the bottle. It was just thick and claggy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was trying to find out off the guy who was using the paint whether this was an improvement, whether it's too thin, whether it's just right now, what he actually thought about it.
Yeah. I'd just like to do the how well does it cover black test, really. And to be fair, 2 coats is actually pretty good. 2 coats of that on that shoulder pad. It's probably going to take 3 to completely cover it, but 2 coats is fine for a large flat area of white.
So is it patchy or anything?
Let's. I will show it up on the camera in just a moment. Let's just get the other coat of white star on. If anything, the Army Painter one is a little smoother. Might have just put a little bit too much of the white star on, but we're 2 coats of the Army Painter on this side, and this side is 2 coats of white star from the 2 thin coats range. They're very, very similar, but I think, if anything, I think the Army Painter one just edges it in terms of smoothness. If I'm completely honest, I think the Army Painter is a slightly better finish than the White Star. I mean, that it doesn't help that the shoulder pad I've painted the White Star on had a little bit of a mould line running down it, but the finish is pretty good. 3 coats, I'd be happy with putting that on the table. Wicked pink. Whoop. Excuse me. Might have to paint the whole army in wicked pink. Right. All paints struggle to go over black, don't they? But that looks all right over. No, you can't see because it can't focus.
Oh, sorry. Because I'm not paying attention.
No. Pay attention to me. There we go. So that's wicked pink over the white. Just one brush load. And that's wicked pink over black. Excellent paint so far. Good review from Mr MLG. I like them. So, not just because I want to sell them. I actually think they're all right.
It would look like you could give them to a new painter and they wouldn't struggle quite as much.
I would say so. Yeah, you could just get these out and be ready to roll. I mean, you can see. I don't know if you can see from me spreading it around there. So that's. I've just started squidging a bit of that purple around in the well.
I haven't put any medium or water or anything on that.
No, there's nothing there, and that's pretty solid colour. So whatever they've done to the formula of these paints, I would say they're pretty good.
The bottle, it tells you a bit of a description of the colour. So Pharaoh Guard says that it's a bluish green, and Aqua Alchemy says it's a brilliant bluish green. What do yours say? So Wicked Pink says it's a strong purplish red.
Oh, what's this one say? Strong purple, mage cast magenta.
It's just purple, isn't it?
Yeah. The labels on the metallics are actually a metallic finish.
Yes, they're like shiny.
They're super shiny.
Shiny.
Right, so should we try Greedy Gold, Plate Mail Metal, or Weapon Bronze first? Let's go for Greedy Gold. I've decided. And that started rattling as soon as I started shaking it. This must be a thinner paint, I would say, a thinner content than the non-metallics. Right, so let's try some Greedy Gold. But one thing, there you go, like most paints, dribble in or it's brand new and it's dribbling on the nozzle already.
You're dribbling again.
I'm dribbling. Quite a thin paint. I mean, I think I've shaken it up long enough. I'd like to think I had. Quite thin. Not really what I was expecting, actually. I was thinking that it would be a little bit thicker. Well, I should have known how quickly the mixing ball got going. But that is definitely over a black. Going to take a couple of coats to get a nice smooth gold there. What we'll do is we'll go back, we'll shake it up a bit more, and we'll try it again. Let's try one of the others. So that's Greedy Gold. I'll be expecting them to be a bit more like the Dark Star paints. Now they've maybe reformulated them slightly, but don't know if they have actually changed the metallics or if they've just put them in different bottles. Let's try Weapon Bronze. Weapon Bronze seems a little thicker.
Bright gold.
In consistency. Bright gold. Oh, it's Greedy Gold I've got.
Yeah, I've got 4. There, but I've got the gold. Will that count?
Yeah, we'll just give it an older one as well.
My other ones are silver.
Right, so Weapon Bronze is the same. I thought it came out the bottle a little bit thicker, but it's the same. It's quite thin, and he's going to take a couple of coats there to get a good solid colour. Right, so Plate Mail Metal is definitely, that's gloopier. Plate Mail Metal is definitely gloopier and a lot better coverage than the golds. That's only going to be one coat.
Is that silver?
Yeah. Yeah. Plate Mail Metal. One thick coat does it all. Yeah. Too much. Yeah, so I would say that the Plate Mail Metal is much more similar in consistency to this than the golds. Yes.
And then
yes.
That gold there is an old gold.
So we'll try old gold. Yeah, the old gold. But yeah, gunmetal and old gunmetal and new Plate Mail Silver are extremely similar in consistency and application. Bright gold.
So that isn't bright gold from the older range of Army Painter.
Right.
1144.
Yeah.
It's like a yellow.
Yeah, and that is about, well, it's thicker but rubbish. It's thicker but rubbish compared to the new golds. So the new golds are definitely smoother, but they are thinner in consistency, whereas this is just pants.
go. It looks like C3PO now.
Yeah. So, still a little bit patchy, as you can see. So 2 coats of greedy gold on this leg. 2 coats of greedy gold on this leg. 2 coats of weapon bronze on that leg. I think needs another coat, but the gold looks okay. And plate mail metal, plate mail silver, plate mail metal. On the gun, if I can get it in thing, 1 coat is fine. So silver's good, golds need multiple coats. I've always been of the opinion that metals, metal paints go best over black. So if you need to do multiple coats to get a decent coverage, just something to be aware of, I guess. But the white's really good. That purple and the pink are fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this chap aside and forget about him, and we're going to try out some browns on this minotaur, which I am going to use for more time. I'm going to go starting with some onyx skin. Ooh, so this is definitely thick.
Oh dear.
This is thick. Onyx skin.
We've gone back in time.
This is onyx skin, and so far, quite enjoying this actually. It's not like any Army Painter paints that I've ever used ever in the past. So it's actually just like using a Reaper or Green Stuff World paint.
So, as a wild Pokemon chat, so if it's just like using a Reaper or a Green Stuff World,
yeah,
why would you not just use those?
Use those. Well, if I already owned those, then I would use those. But if I was looking at buying a new paint set, then I might consider buying one of these.
Or if there was a colour in the range.
Yeah, if there was a colour in the range that I liked and there wasn't something similar available. But I wouldn't rush out to replace all of my existing paints. But I would say that these are now, because we always kind of shun the Army Painter paints that we have, don't we? As we got used to using the Reaper and some of the other stuff that was better. But I would say that these are now good enough to be added to our collection.
Yay, attention! Says Panda! I can't remember typing that one as a thing.
Right, let's put him there a second. So let's try new demonic yellow. I've got the white that we painted earlier to try it over. Ooh, squidgy. It's thick. The yellow. Demonic yellow. New demonic yellow is thick.
Is it letters down already?
No, it's actually covering quite well. It just came out of the bottle thick. It's actually okay. Oh no, old demonic yellow. There we go. There's an epic fail right from the start off. So new demonic yellow came out nice and thick and gelatinous. Old demonic yellow is just bubbling yellow water that's horrible onto the palette. This is why we don't use these anymore. So once you get past the travel medium, or whatever it was Tony referred to it as earlier on, you can see how rubbish and thin that is.
But it always used to be really thick, so I don't understand why it's...
And then it's a totally different colour.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It must have changed.
Yeah. Right, so let me show you. And Mrs MLG shook it, and then I shook it. Right, so here is new demonic yellow. New demonic yellow, 1 coat over white. New demonic yellow, 1 coat over white. Old demonic yellow, 1 coat over white. Rubbish. It's like washed out egg yolk. New demonic yellow. Oh, demonic yellow. Definitely a vast improvement, in my opinion. Pretty good, I would say. Might even give Skulky Yellow a run for its money. Although it's a bit paler than Skulky Yellow, so maybe it might be... no, it's fine. So it might even be useful as a highlight for Skulky Yellow once you've used your Skulky Yellow. Right then, let's try out some Oak Brown, because that's what we're painting is brown. But definitely a nice... you can feel in the bottle when you shake it. They're definitely more fluid than some other paints, which normally means that they're really thin when you squeeze them out, but these are actually pretty nice. We'll have to stay tuned. So, Oak Brown on the bottle looked very dark, but when you actually squeeze it out, depending on what colour it's going to dry. So on the bottle, it looks very similar to the undercoat colour that I've used, which is Hyrax Brown from Colourforge. But I'm going to end up repainting this bit of fur because that is not the colour I want it to be.
That's ginger.
That's more a mahogany kind of colour as far as I'm concerned, so we're not going to put any more of that on because that is nothing like what the colour on the bottle said it was. See the difference? Bottle, nothing like. So let's try Fur Brown and see what that looks like.
It won't be brown either.
So Fur Brown is a lot lighter in the bottle. I mean, did I just squeeze out the wrong one? Maybe.
You might have.
Did I just squeeze out the wrong one? Let's shake them both up and then we'll try squeezing a little bit of Fur Brown out and see if that's the same colour as Oak Brown. Because I wanted a dark brown. What have I got here? Walnut Brown. That would be suitable. From Reaper. So it's Fur Brown, a lot lighter. Oh yeah, Fur Brown's a lot lighter. It's like it's terracotta.
Because brown's not brown.
There we go. So that's
Idiot.
auburn hair from Reaper. Is that? That's yeah. That is not a fur brown that I am going to be applying to my minotaur. So we'll get rid of that. So we're not impressed with the shades of the brown.
Oh, well, there's a change.
But like Oak Brown had such promise, but it's too light. Oak Brown is like the darkest of the browns on the colour chart.
Is that ginger that you put on first?
Yeah.
No, it can't be.
Yeah. Maybe I need to shake it some more.
You don't need to shake it like you.
Yeah. What have I done with it? I've put it over here. Give that some good shakings for me. And then we'll sample some strong skin shade, which is a new colour. Okay, so it's very dark. The shade is very dark. It's very, very dark. Use this brush for applying the shade. So we're going to go neat over the leg and see how that looks.
This is weird. This is still.
So when this dries, what we're looking for is how glossy does it dry?
Oh yeah, don't gloss.
Because normally some of the shades dry very glossy. In fact, we're going to go over all the legs. We're going to go over all the leg areas and see what happens. Right, so we'll just do his legs and then we'll see how that dries. And then I can finish with his skin again. Right, so it's had super shaky shakes from Mr MLG. No, still the same. It's not magically got any darker. Still the same. So that is allegedly the darkest brown, according to the colour chart, in the range. Not impressed with what I can see with this strong skin wash so far. It's changed the colour, so I purposefully just did it below the belt a little bit differently. So appears to be drying a little bit glossy, but also has, I don't know how to describe the change to the colour there. Let me see, what would you say? It's definitely more brown than it was before. I'm not sure.
So what's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Some colours, great. Coverage, very nice. Even this oak brown went on really well. Really smooth. It's just not dark. It's just not dark enough. I wanted a dark brown, and it's not a dark brown. But yeah, don't understand their triad system if it includes 6 paints, as the little instruction book kind of makes out. All of the ones that we've tried so far, very smooth, very nice to use. Will be, in some situations, added into our existing paint range. So I quite like this Mage Cast Magenta. I like the shade of that. I think that's pretty cool. Alien Purple, because you can never have enough purples. So we might try some of that. Some of the blues look pretty cool. There's some turquoises and things. But we need to try out the effect paints at some time, so we might save those and try out these effect paints next week on stream. I won't use them between now and then, but I think they're actually really good paints on the whole, if you're prepared with the metallics especially to do a couple of coats. But the yellow's great, the white's great. The metallics, the golden bronze, have dried nicely after a couple of coats. Plate mail metal, 1 coat, perfectly fine. I think they're good. They're good. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along. Thank you for supporting us, because we like that. Thank you very much. We'll see you all soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.